Hello, 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 hello. There he is. How are you, buddy?
I'm good, bro, man. You caught me off guard. What's up?
Hey, man, we got some big stuff going on.
Okay.
I figured I would hit you up.
Just got out of a training.
Well, I'm calling an audible tonight. I know we were going to bring on a couple of guests, and we're going to move them to tomorrow. But in light of everything that's happening, I figured it would be better for us to do a little training, make a few announcements, and share some, pretty exciting things with the rest of the community. You up for that tonight?
Yeah. What's up? Let's do it.
Excellent.
You know me.
Well, let's start off with a little announcement. Actually, let's back off the announcement. Let's kind of set it up because I know we got a lot of new people in here. So
Yep.
A lot of folks have been asking, what is the goal? What is the strategy? What is this? And they're all very fair, very legitimate, very honest questions. But I'm going to attempt to try to put everybody back on the track. So we started the cryptocurrency training group back in January, February, with the singular purpose of teaching me cryptocurrency. My partner, Miqoshi, has been very, very successful and has a wealth of experience, almost 10 full years, actively trading and just making a fortune in cryptocurrency. We're business partners in a venture. We've been friends for about 7-8 years. And long story short, I had been, prior to December of last year, 100% completely ignorant to cryptocurrency, didn't understand it, didn't like it, didn't want anything to do with it. Fast forward to December and January, my partner's telling me how I need to kind of understand this. I've got to get with the times. I got to get on board with the future of currency. I'll spare you all the nasty stuff I said to him, but in a nutshell, I basically told him, go pound sand. That's your gig, not mine. And to his credit, he didn't give up on me. Over the course of the next probably 10 weeks, he took a very modest, what would you say the investment was, about $700-800, Mike?
Yeah. About.
And turned that into just shy of $10,000. Called me back and he said, okay, Chucklehead, do I have your attention now? And
I didn't say that. I probably used some other cooler term than chucklehead, but anyway. Okay.
Well, we're just trying to keep it PG rated for the audience tonight. But in a nutshell, Michael took the very, very modest investment, made it pay off, came back to me because he knew that no matter how closed off I was to something, I always apply common sense and I always apply logic. And he just slapped me up the face with a big old profit and said, now do I have your attention? So that being said, I told him, I said, well, I don't understand it. If you're going to teach it to me, we might as well make the best of it. And we created this Facebook group for all the people out there that ranged between Mike and me being clueless and not having any idea about anything. Like I was so clueless, I didn't know what I didn't know, all the way up to somebody who had been very successfully trading in cryptocurrency. And the group grew organically to the point where we have over 2,000 people, but with one purpose. The purpose initially was to simply say, come to our group, join. There's no cost. There's never going to be any cost. Just join us, pay attention, ask questions, learn about cryptocurrency to the level that you want to learn in a very, very protected, safe environment where you can ask questions and not be ridiculed. You can ask questions and not be screwed over. And if you decide that you want to start trading in cryptocurrency, you have an expert that will walk you through how to understand a coin, how to buy, how to sell, how to swap, how to speculate. And basically it's morphed into what we're now transitioning to, the Cryptocurrency Training Academy. We're calling it the Academy because that's a little bit bigger, a little bit better, a little bit more focused than a group. So we're going to always have the group for people saying, I don't know what cryptocurrency is. I don't know how to set up a wallet. There'll always be that. But we have found, and I'm setting this up so that Mike can give you his expert without having to go through the nonsensical part of it. But we've gotten so many people now that have made so much money based upon Miqoshi sharing different coins that he has speculated, that there's now this huge segment of our community saying, I want to learn to do what you do. I want to teach this stuff. I want to go out there and actually make a career out of cryptocurrency. So you have right now already completed 3 classes totaling about 45, 50 people that have gone through. When I say the basics, they are now very competent at all of the basic components, strategies, and mechanics of cryptocurrency. Is that a fair way to say it?
I love the word mechanics because that's the diploma you get when you graduate that course. So they understand the basic mechanics of cryptocurrency. Yes.
Fantastic. And of that 45 to 50, you've got another 7 to 10 that went on to get the certification to actually begin training and teaching that basic course, correct?
Correct. The specialized mechanics. Yep.
So now we have about another, 50 to 75 people that are taking the course in phase 2 with your student graduates teaching it.
Correct.
Excellent. Now, some of you might be wondering, why are they talking about all this? Well, because our goal was not just to say, hey, here's what it's all about. It has now shifted. We've moved our goal along. Now that we've got the basics covered, now that we've got courses in place and we've got teachers to basically share that basic info, we have taken on not 1, but 2 cryptocurrency projects. Now, I really want you to hear what I'm about to say, because I'm going to turn it over to Miqoshi to fill in some of these blanks. But we have created a safe community where you can join for free, educate yourself, prepare yourself, study, practice, all those things that you need to do. And then we introduced our own coin. So you could go out there and you could invest in Bitcoin, Ethereum, or any one of 15, 20, 25,000 other coins. Or if you want, you can take advantage of the coin that we have launched within our community, because in the protected environment where we're teaching you about cryptocurrency, we now have a couple of coins that we know are safe. And I'll let you go into why you felt that they were valuable based upon the tokenomics, why you were comfortable after getting to know the developers of these coins, why you partnered us up with the developers of these coins. But most importantly, not only do we have a coin that we've created for you, we're literally holding you by the hand, teaching you what to do and when to do it with regards of the strategy to influence, to positively influence the growth of the coin, the sale, the repurchase, and increase the value of these coins, not so that Miqoshi can make money, he was already doing that. Not so that Miqoshi's partners can make money, because we were already doing that. Because we have the chance, if the community falls in line and we do this as a collective, we have the chance to go out there and help thousands, if not tens of thousands of people to create real wealth within cryptocurrency, because we not only know the rules of the game, we're actually controlling the game. So now I'm going to turn it over to you to get technical and get as surgical with this information as you want, and then I'll keep dumbing it back down for people like me.
Okay, so you want me to discuss the Tereth project, or what did you want me to get technical on?
I would like you to discuss both our Daisy Global and our Tereth token. And as you do, I'll interject at times what we want our community to do, what our community needs to do to collectively help us as a community become the whale. And then at the end, not before, at the end, we'll let them know about the special gift and the upcoming Serve City token.
Okay. Well, I will say that I've been doing cryptocurrency for a while. So when, the normal project somebody gets excited about when they say, oh, there's a new coin, I'm like, well, yeah, there's 11,000 of them. Let me tell you a little story about each of them, right? And it's like, everyone's looking for the next big thing. what I was looking for, what really was what I was not looking for, when you brought the Daisy project that was you referred to, that was referred to you by a friend of yours, and I was like, well, I mean, I've seen the cryptocurrency, like, you know, and you're like, go check this out. And when I went and sat down and talked with the founder, what I discovered was it was more than a cryptocurrency, and they are revolutionizing trading. They're revolutionizing crypto protocol. They were innovative, and some people claim to be innovative, but they were really actually doing it. And they made it clear that they had the technology, they had the team of scientists, they had the people to get it done. They were looking to build the one thing they didn't have, which was a network. And I was like, okay, you know, I totally get that. It's what every coin wants, is a network, you know. So when they mentioned it to us, they mentioned placement, they mentioned stock, they mentioned the currency coming. I was like, okay, you know, let's do this. It sounds like something we'd want to do. So that's how the Daisy project unfolded, prior to the CTG group starting and evolving to the CTA group, the CTA, the Cryptocurrency Training Academy.
Can I pause you there for 1 second?
Yeah.
Because I know there are some people watching right now that are saying, yep, I got my Daisy tokens. And there's some people saying, what in the heck is a Daisy token? Now, we talked earlier, you and I will put together a systematic way for those people that don't know anything about the Daisy token to look at it, see where it sits as far as its value, so they can come and measure it day after day, 16 times throughout the day, to see what the value is. We're going to show them how, if they choose, they can purchase the Tereth token. And we'll show them, obviously, if they decide that they would like to sell, not the Tereth, the Daisy token, if they'd like to sell the Daisy token, how to swap it out into USDT. So we'll show them how to do that. But we also want people to understand, this is why I'm interjecting, because I want you to cover this. The Daisy token itself is nice. It's valuable. We're all very happy that we have it. But the project, the cross-blockchain DeFi Launchpad, is going to be a, for lack of a better term, launch starting point for different projects coming down the road. And the value, the real value of the token, is enabling our members to create a portfolio filled with, you know, very legitimate projects with utility at private placement pricing. Would you share, because I know that's what you are most excited that we can do to people, to help them go from, I don't know anything about cryptocurrency, to having a really, really successful portfolio of safe coins that they got at bargain prices that have real world utility. I'm going to shut up again. I want you to drive that point home, because the next point is how people help us to get there.
Yeah, so it's no mystery that Daisy is going to be a successful successful project in its space. Okay, at Uniswap, yeah, we can swap Ethereum for a coin. Okay, we can swap Ethereum for an ERC token that's hot, that's out, that's going to be not hot in about 60 days. Okay, Pancake Swap has Binance Smart Chain. Yes, we can swap Binance Smart Chain for a token that's going to be not hot in 60 days, that we're so excited about right now because we're looking to make the quick buck. But there's no place you can go and swap 5 different currencies in one location for a single currency that you want to buy. It just doesn't really exist. I mean, you know, if it does, it's fragmented, but it's not really professionally done and exists in one location. Daisy's got that. That's the technology side. That's what got me excited. Now, will Daisy last? Show me one project that launched with over 100,000 people whose coin is maintaining value. Can
we cover that? Because that was one of the biggest issues we had to deal with was how do you know it's gonna talk to the folks right now. I'll set it up, but you talk to the folks that are skeptical because they legitimately could ask those questions before, but we can legitimately validate our answers.
Yeah.
When we talked about it, the program was we're going to launch August 15th, and they did on time. We're going to launch. We're going to come out at $5, and we're going to set it up so that the coin holds its value and goes up. And half the people that heard us said, I'll take a shot, and the other half said, it's going to be a pump and dump, just like all the other coins out there. Now, you and I both knew there was a very strong security measure put in place to prevent stupidity, ignorance, and greed from tanking this project. And it has shown to work perfectly at this point because we have seen people sell, but it hasn't tanked the project. Now, in your expert opinion, what was it about that security measure that gave us the confidence to say, don't miss this?
It was the only reason I really did it. I mean, if you think about it, because, you know, SafeMoon has 100,000 plus people in their Telegram. That's a pretty sizable network. You go there and go, wow, look at SafeMoon's network. This is going to be a good coin. But guess what? I guarantee you less of that, a smaller percentage of that 100,000 people actually own SafeMoon in comparison to the percentage of people that actually own Daisy. So Daisy, so now you have a real, not a bunch of bots and things inside your Daisy's bot free. There's no bots inside of Daisy. Those are real people holding real coins with a real vested algorithm in place that keeps the coin there. I'm safe. I don't have to go check it every single day to see if my coin is.
We don't even check it. Exactly. We don't check it. Would you mind sharing with the folks when we did the private placement, roughly how many 100,000 plus people and how many millions of dollars were generated? I could ballpark it, but I think you may have a better number.
Yeah, they brought in about, Daisy brought in close to about 50. I'm trying to remember the number. I know they brought in close to $40 million in about 5 days.
That was initially, though, for the trading. When it came to the coins, I heard it was somewhere north of $100 million.
120 million
in 72 hours.
In 72 hours.
And it was somewhere in the neighborhood of like 100,000 people, right?
Correct.
So we're talking about a very stable community, very, very wide in 24 countries around the globe. And they all, including us, agreed going in that this was going to be a long-term 24-month project, not a pump and dump, which means how much can somebody sell off if they want to on a monthly basis?
5%.
5%. So I'm going to put this in strict terms for everybody. We all agreed, I'll say it again, we all as a community agreed we want a long-term project. We're not here for get rich quick. We're not here for pump and dump. So we purchased coins at 10 cents, 25 cents, and 50 cents based upon the timing of us getting in, held the coins. It launched at $5 with the promise that the most any of us could sell, we would only be given access to 5% of our coins each month. And the first 90 days, it was 5%. So literally, it was 5% split over the first 90 days. So it'd be impossible, regardless of how many coins you had, to tank the project. So therefore, it maintained the stability. People went out there and then, just like you and I, purchased our own coins outside of the vested period. So you're free to buy and sell. But the price has maintained its stability, even though Daisy hasn't even introduced its first project yet, which is when it's really going to gain its value. So I wanted to set that up so people understand this is just not two guys speculating, hoping, praying, talking out of their butts. This is a systematic, very strategic plan that says you can't tank it if you try. And by the way, the longer you hold, what are some of the goodies? What are some of the benefits that we get for holding those tokens, Mike?
Well, I mean, So I've asked people before, why do you want to sell Daisy so badly? If you sold, what would you do with the money? And they say, I'd go diversify.
Yeah, buy other coins.
Buy other coins. Okay, so you would go buy a coin that wasn't vetted, that you have no clue about what the project, you'd have no clue the character behind the project. You just want to be able to go do it on your own. So you don't know what you're doing necessarily. You just want to go do it and hope to have luck. Well, I said over here with Daisy, they're going to vet the project out. They're going to vet the project to make sure it's a solid project. People are competing to be with Daisy. See, when people have to compete, you can just choose from the best. Nobody's competing to be on Uniswap.
Right.
It's like dime a dozen can get on there.
Now, for the skeptics out there, why are people knocking themselves out competing to get onto Daisy's Launchpad?
Because Daisy's providing funding for them. Daisy's providing, a network to purchase their coins.
100,000 people with a long-term vision, right?
A long-term vision, and also people who have been taught, hey, holding is better than dumping.
Right.
The philosophy's ingrained over 20 months. So you've actually taught them something that's a principle of cryptocurrency that these companies want. They want our people with good mindsets to have their coins. They don't want just a bunch of people who are going to just turn around and dump them.
Right. You want good money, not fast money.
That's it.
People that want to buy coins, see the long-term vision, have the patience to hold while the project evolves. And so I just wanted people to say, because we'll say things that we already know, and we say them very, flippantly. I want people to understand, we're not just saying people are knocking themselves out to get launched on Daisy's Launchpad. If you had a coin and you were going to launch, what would it be worth to you to have 100,000 plus active holders with the mindset of, I'm going to buy your coin, be patient and wait and hold while you evolve your project? You kidding? That's the gift of all gifts to a new project, isn't it?
Yeah, and this might be something that'll knock you out of your chair real quick. I'm not sure if you're sitting on a chair with 4 legs or 3, but the Daisy founder was offered $500 million to sell the project. Somebody saw it and was ready to offer $500 million for the project. Ready for this? In its first month.
Crazy.
So, if it lets you know that, nobody's offering $500 million to buy out SafeMoon.
No.
They don't have a project. There's nothing to buy besides the actual coin itself that's got a wallet coming. Nobody wants that thing. Okay? They would like to take it, but the founders could sell their coins immediately and be out.
Correct.
But it's not the case with Daisy. So just think about that.
Yep, we're here for the long term, and we're building a solid foundation to remain. So that covers the Daisy project. For those people that have already been in with us, and I'm going to repeat this because for those of you that are new, your initial reaction should be, damn, this isn't fair. I didn't have the opportunity to participate in it. We get that. We're not saying this to mock you for not being here or to make you feel bad. We're saying this for you to understand we're not just blowing sunshine up your skirt. We're telling you we actively research projects. Once we're comfortable with them, we bring them to the community. So if you missed the Daisy project, you're now being told. It's now on you to prepare yourself with the knowledge by paying attention when we do our Facebook Lives. And we basically are teaching each of you to position yourself to benefit from the next token, from the next project, because Daisy was the first. We had plans 9 months from now to launch our second, but they kind of got scuttled when you hooked up with our partner, did your due diligence on him as a developer, and brought the second project, which is our Tereth token, to the table. And now let's talk a little bit about that one so people can't go, oh, they got lucky once. No. We didn't get lucky once. We brought a second project.
That the Daisy project's not even over. There's still another element to that that's about to come out in 2022. It's going to blow everybody's blow everybody's socks off. But we can talk about that at another time. Just know it's not over. We may.
Well, no, Daisy's going to have multiple projects. I believe Daisy's like a merry-go-round where, every 60 to 90 days, you'll be able to jump on with a new token. But I just want people to understand, we didn't just get lucky with Daisy. We actually brought a completely separate second project to the table that people are ecstatic about, that are making significant profits. And we're about to open that up again this coming weekend to a whole new batch of people. So share your thoughts on why you got so excited about the Tereth token, because I don't want to take the credit. I had nothing to do with it. This was your vision. You speculated it. You spent the time vetting the developer. You brought it to us, and we said, okay, let's launch it. And we jumped ahead 9 months from our plans of launching our own token ourselves.
Well, I'll tell you, this is not my first go around with talking with developers. So, there was a gentleman who, in fact, I talked to Josh in the same week. I talked to another developer with another coin, and it was, some of these guys don't even know what they have, and some of these guys they don't care that their coin is going to be lost in the pile of 11,000 coins here in the next 30 days. They'll spend the money to create it, and they don't know what to do with it.
Well, that's because there's as much value in the marketing and promotions as there is in the development. And that's one of the reasons why this has become such an amazing partnership. But I want to stress that because that's what you brought to the developer. You brought a very, very strong marketing team and community.
Well, I'm going to say that I think that the developer also brought character to equalize the
absolutely
the equation. Because even though we know we're a wonderful marketing outfit, your accolades go, run deep through America's soil when it comes to, what you've done in marketing for business. None of that matters if the developer you're working with has no character. Correct.
We found a partner with full transparency and a moral compass that we were happy to partner up with, which is paramount. It is absolutely essential. And now get to the exciting part. Tell these people about the exciting tokenomics, because that's when I saw the twinkle in your eye, like, okay, we have to do this token.
Well, I've done a lot of different tokens. This because I posted in our Telegram coin call section, or coin call section of Telegram. And, there's a lot of tokens that will come out, and then really the tokenomics really isn't there. They're meme coins, or they're just quick projects that you just jump into, make some quick money and jump out of. And like Kishu Inu, we made a fortune with Kishu Inu, and Kishu Inu was only a 2% redistribution, where Tereth is 5 times that. Tereth is 2 times what is double of SafeMoon. And so when you look at just strictly from redistribution, from all the tax that's charged, on buying and selling, that was amazing. But then you also go look at the bot feature that they have and the whale feature. They have anti-bot, anti-whale, where nobody can come in and buy just a huge chunk and get paid. It charges 16% tax. They literally get charged a 16% tax every time they buy in, and they have to pay a new Ethereum fee every time they buy in. And that's key, because the more you spend, the less you pay when it comes to these fees. And so if you're able to come in and buy $10,000 and buy in, you get charged less fees versus if you came in and bought it like maybe $500. So we wanted to have a feature that was in place that would cause them to have to make several purchases. So we'd take it to discourage that big buy-in. And also on the way out, you can't just sell it all. So if there's somebody who try to drop $10,000 and just skate out the program and without warning, like a thief in the night, come in and your price starts plummeting, that person would have to sell, wait, reinitiate another transaction, sell, wait. And what ends up happening is you have time to react, and you could actually front run that person, and you could escape out the transaction before all theirs do by just increasing your gas up. And so Tereth put that in place, which I thought was brilliant. So
it's a safety measure. It protects the community.
It protects the community, and then he locks that in by saying, hey, I can't change the developer keys were burned. All the liquidity is locked in there, so there's nothing that can stop you guys from making transactions. It's a perfect coin from another planet. That's what I would say.
Beautiful.
Perfect coin from another planet. And what makes it even more powerful is that we are finally getting people in this group to understand that it's not about, hey, what's the next coin? What's the next coin? The next coin will always be your coin, which is this coin. Do you want to pump and dump? Do you really want to have the adrenaline rush of it going up and down, and you just never know when it's going to be the day you lose? Here with Tereth, we're at the very beginning, building a culture in the coin so that we can maneuver this coin through where we need it to go. Even when the external market starts to come in and bring the value of it up because of the volume of transactions, we still control the weight because we came in the beginning. So anything that we do with our coins, we can. It's like you can turn something like this much, and it can, and a mile down the road, it's about a completely different direction than if you were here. To be further apart. It's the vector. The vector is a lot larger.
Just like a terrible golf shot.
Yeah, exactly. But we have the ability to control this coin and influence this coin well beyond just flying, getting out the nest. But even through its early years of flying, we still can manage this coin with our community as long as we're all on the same page. The Miqoshi method, here's what the Miqoshi method was. It's first in, first out, wraparound slinky. That's what it's called. First in, first out, wraparound slinky. Watch that be coined one day. Coined. No, seriously, the people who make the money in the beginning, they know where that money came from, and they have relationships with the people that helped them get there. That's it. So what's going to happen? Greed won't set in. In fact, greed can't set in because when they pull the money out, that means they've exited and they're lost. They're no longer in it. Who wants to no longer be in this coin? So when they pull the money out and they've recouped all their money and then some, they're going to remember, how did I get this? Oh, my friend over here in Facebook who's watching me right now wanting me to repurchase. So when you repurchase, you come in behind everybody and you push those people to the front of the line. And it just keeps going and going. And the cyclone, that cyclone right there, that's spinning, it doesn't matter how big the tornado gets, the force is in the center.
I wanted to go ahead and validate that because you set that in motion at the beginning where you said, I'm going to have waves of teams and you're going to buy in and team 2, 3, and 4 is going to watch. Team 1 buys in. Then you wait a little bit. Team 2 bought in. And so you were able, and I want to be clear for those of you watching out there, whether it's the stock market, cryptocurrency, your job, things are controlled by a power that's B, whatever you want to call it. There's controlling factors. And most of us, if not all of us, have just been kind of like puppets at the end of the string, moving along where somebody else wanted us. The one thing that I loved about what we were creating here was there was no puppet master, there were no strings. We transparently, as a community, are making decisions together so that everyone benefits. And for those of you calling BS on that right now, I want you to understand something. Prior to doing this, prior to any of this coming full circle, like we still have, but we had a group of 5 people that you were making a significant amount of money for us, agreed? Yep. Calling coins. And then he started to share the coins publicly and letting people know, hey, I'm going to buy this coin. And some people jumped on and some people didn't, but those that did got excited, were making money and cheering you on and saying, what's the next coin? So all along since the beginning, Miqoshi has been calling coins, making money for both himself and for our core team. And we never had to go beyond that because we were making good money. You're not paying anything to join here. You're not paying monthly fees. We're just educating you. We're just teaching, training, sharing, answering questions. The idea of creating a community was to simply say, and I got to say that I had to have a big part in this, because you used to look at me and feel bad. Like, man, Costino cannot keep up with all these coin calls. Because for those of you that don't know, Mike would make a call, Leonard would follow, Jen would follow, even Tom would get in, and I just start yelling, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. You better help me. And after enough of those times, he realized,
that was the G version, by the way.
Exactly, the very, very rated G version.
That was the G version.
He realized that there's an awful lot of people out there, regardless of their background, intelligence, education, whatever you want to call it, are very challenged when it comes to cryptocurrency, and I would be their poster child. He decided, all right, let's do something where you don't have to understand it all. You don't have to be skilled. We're going to protect the environment. And in summation of all that, we created a whale with our community. There's no whale. It is a collective. And the goal, for those of you that don't understand, is if you are a whale, if you have Elon Musk money or Mark Cuban money or just 30, 40, 50 million dollars that you can go screw around with, you can artificially go do whatever you want with any coin you want, any stock you want, and make money. But if you don't fall in that category, you're at the mercy of a whole lot of other factors. What Miqoshi did for the cryptocurrency training group is create a whale made up of a ton of little bait fish that are all swimming together in unison. And as a collective, we are affecting the market as if we were a whale. Is that a fair enough way to sum up why this market, A, is winning for everybody, and B, why we're about to then, right now, re-educate people on why it's imperative. It's not a request, it's not optional, it's imperative that you follow the strategy, and you follow the strategy according to Miqoshi's calls, because if people start going off script, you might make short-term gains, but you'll get identified, you'll get removed, and you'll fail at the long-term wealth that's being created, because we've decided that either the entire community wins or you're out. Because we chose not to be greedy. And if we're not going to be greedy and take care of ourselves, we're sure as hell not going to let individual members of the community come in and take advantage of the community. I just want to put that out there, because Miqoshi is the white hat, and I'm going to be wide up and just say, no nonsense. We're here to make sure we're creating long-term wealth for everybody, but that does require, I'll say it again, it requires teamwork and team strategy, not renegade, do what you want, take care of yourself. So that being said, we now have 2 tokens that we need to go ahead and create the awareness and boost the awareness and boost the value. That's the Tereth token and the Daisy token. So any thoughts that you'd like to put out there before we move to the next announcement tonight? Because I know we're going to create the action steps to be taken every day for both Daisy and Tereth to get the word out there.
No, you covered it.
Okay. Well, the next thing is, again, to validate the generosity of Miqoshi. He didn't simply just say, do what I say because I say so. He's saying, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I need you all to do these things for the greater good of the community. And if you do these things for the greater good of the community, I'm going to reward you. Now, you threw it out there as a, what's the word I want to use? As a
gift.
As a gift, and it was a surprise gift. And we talked a little bit, and I said, you know what? I love that you made it a surprise gift, but let's let people know just how generous you're being, and give the people that were too skeptical of taking advantage of this gift, let's give them the benefit of the, oh, hell, he's doing what? And let them have the chance to participate next weekend. So we'll promote it all week long. But for those people that took advantage of your request and followed your strategy this past weekend, what is it that they have earned? And I'm going to say this again, from the generosity of Miqoshi specifically.
Well, so what we're going to do for everyone that purchased coins this weekend, so you'd have to have a timestamp on your purchase, and you also have to show that you have 0 transactions out of your wallet from Tereth.
So you've sold no Tereth and you bought new Tereth Friday, Saturday, Sunday of last weekend.
Correct. So what we're going to do is we're going to match your purchase, meaning that we're going to give you the exact same amount of coins that you purchased. We're going to give you those coins and send those to you. So you just got them for 50% off.
So if somebody bought 1 million coins, they're going to get 1 million free coins. If they bought 20 million coins, they're going to receive 20. I want to make sure people understand that. By holding at your request and not selling, and then by purchasing, and you didn't say they had to purchase thousands of dollars. You said, what was it, like $100, $125?
$125, yeah.
$125, keeping it fair for everybody to participate. Because of his generosity, you purchased 125, 150, 250, whatever amount of coins you got, you're going to receive for free that same amount. Because Miqoshi said thank you for playing team and focusing on the community and supporting the community. Now, as we said, today is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We're going to keep talking about this every Facebook Live this week to get more of you aware of these guys don't just talk. Miqoshi's not just some kind of dictator saying, do what I say because I say so. He's giving you a gift, a huge financial reward for following this strategy, because with the team and everybody following the strategy, the community wins in a big way. That's why he's willing to put his money out there and gift you whatever it is that you're purchasing. Is there anything you want to add to that, my friend?
Next weekend's bigger. Next weekend I'm involving the developer. So all I can say is I think it's going to be a bigger, a bigger. I don't know. I would just say that everyone might want to. John, this is kind of comes into your ballpark, but you saw what we did as an internal community. But if everyone, this is what it's going to take. If everybody just brought 3 people to this group and got them to get Tereth, this is what I can tell you. If everybody got 3 people to this group that got Tereth this weekend,
and we'll set the parameters of when we'll go live on the Zooms, because we'll help people to get it all accomplished.
This is going to be big, okay? We're working on something very big. I'm not going to tell you what it is, because I know that, because the announcement that we're going to make that's going to take place on Sunday, the announcement we're going to make is going to fuel the entire next week. I promise you that the entire next week is going to be so colossally amazing, right? That's even appropriately used in a sentence. I majored in math, not really English.
Just make up some words. It's all right.
I'm telling you. But it's going to be so big that everyone's going to go, wow. And we are going to totally blow up in size. So Tereth is going to the moon before it hits planet Tereth. And so we're gonna pass that moon like it's nothing. Big things are coming. But I'm going to say, I think it's pretty awesome, because I actually bought some coins. I get to give myself. I bought a lot of coins after everybody this weekend. So everyone got the redistribution from about $1,200 in coins that we bought behind everybody. That was already a mini gift. That's like when your parents put something in your stocking. Oh, I'm sorry, Santa Claus. But no, then right after that, we announced that we're going to give you exactly what you spent on coins as the big gift. So my only question is, what could be bigger?
And to reiterate, so people understand, what Miqoshi just said was, after all the people purchased through the weekend, we spent $1,200 making a purchase, which then the redistribution of 10% went to everybody that just purchased before you.
Stocking stuffer.
So if you're watching, and the irony of it is, I know we get a lot more views on the replay. We got between 21 and 25 people watching. So you have all this week to do two things. One, prepare yourself for the weekend. But as Miqoshi mentioned, and I will be doing, throughout the week, if you are holding either the Daisy token, the Tereth token, or both, you have the ability to go out there and share our community with your friends and family. Invite them in. I'll post this video up in the guides. And the reason I'm saying this is, well, I'll preface it by saying, we're not financial advisors. We're not telling anybody to buy or sell or do anything. We're just sharing a strategy with you. We happen to be sharing a strategy that we're in control of. And the reason for that is using the stock market, because everybody understands the stock market. It's the same thing as crypto, but for whatever reason, it's been around longer so people understand it. If somebody called you up and said, here's a company that's about to go public, we'll just call it company XYZ, and you knew company XYZ was successful, and you knew that you could buy the stock for 25 cents in private placement, and the plan was to do an IPO for $3, $4, $5, and your friend called you up and said, hey, I'm going to put you into this group. You can do all the research on the company you want. You can understand everything before you make a purchase. Well, for heaven's sake, buy some of this for 25 cents, because when it comes out at $3 or $4 or $5, you got a winner. In fact, let's just be blunt. Let's say that you could buy it for 0.2 of a penny, and it was going to come out at a penny. And the plan was to take it to 5 cents or 10 cents. It doesn't have to be big dollar amounts. It's about how many times growth you get from your purchase. That's what we're doing here. We're sharing with you that because we created the community, because we're controlling the coin, we're sharing with you in advance what we're going to do with the coin, and we're only sharing it within our community. Miqoshi, how many people out there are aware of the Tereth token but are not a part of our community?
Very few. I mean, there's 3,000 people in a Telegram. I don't know, 3,500, and there's about probably 4,000 something on Twitter. How many of those are the same people? I have no clue.
Let's just call it 5,000. Let's call it 10,000. How many of those people know what we're doing?
Okay, yeah. In that regards, I would say 7,000. Call it 7,000, and none of them know what we're doing.
None of them. So we're right now orchestrating the growth, positioning the members of our community to be in place. And in the near future, we are going to go out there to the Telegram group and the Twitter group and the rest of the cryptocurrency world that doesn't know Tereth token. The question I have is, what will happen for, not to, what will happen for the members of our community that have basically followed the strategy and are sitting there with 2 big bags of coins when that happens?
It's a lot of money.
What happened with, I forget the name, was it Uniswap or Shiba Inu or whatever, well, whatever coin that I have no knowledge of or participation in, for the first 500 to 1,000 people that were positioned?
I mean, the ones that put in anywhere from 100 to 1,000 made anywhere from 100,000 to $1 million.
We'll say that again. So there were between 500 and 1,000 people that positioned themselves in another coin with minimal numbers. What's that?
About 500 people.
Okay, so 500 people that had put between $100 and $1,000, so we're not talking about tens of thousands of dollars, put in $100 to $1,000 and held their position and followed the strategy with that coin, whatever that strategy was, all of a sudden, when it took off, they went from $100 to $1,000 in to $100,000 to $1 million in profit.
Let me rephrase that, John. I'm sorry. That may have been on me. They put $500 to $1,000 in, not
Okay.
100 to 1,000. They put $500 to $1,000 in. And these were amongst the first 500 people.
Okay.
Okay.
And they were
And they
able
made
to
it
then turn around
to $100,000 to $1 million. Yes. The ones that stayed in.
for, watch this, and I've said this a million times, for being in the right place at the right time, recognizing they were in the right place at the right time, and taking action at the right place at the right time. Where are we right now?
We're right before the right place at the right time.
We're 5 days before the right place at the right time because it's Monday. Tomorrow will be 4 days. Wednesday will be 3 days. So I want you to understand, folks, we're not kidding around. Like, we have a strategy, and that's what we're doing. Now, we've covered the Daisy token. We've covered the Tereth token. We've covered the gift with the Tereth token, which, again, guys, understand that's because we are part owners along with the developer. This is our project. So this is not just something that we hope happens. This is our project. It's our baby, and we're going to make sure that it's massively successful. It also has one other unknown utility that if you are holding the Tereth token 6 months from now, 9 months from now, 12 months from now, we're not sure when, but we, the founders of the cryptocurrency training group, are launching a new token project called
Serve City.
the Serve City token, which is going to have tremendous utility because it's going to be tied to clean water around the globe. If you're not sure about that cause, I will simply say this: the number one cause of death worldwide, globally, is unclean or lack of any drinking water. It is the number one cause of death on the globe. And the Serve City token is going to be tied to the creation of clean, pure drinking water. The second thing that it's going to be tied to, we hear all about green energy. I happen to have a very extensive background in green energy. We are going to be able to tie our Serve City token to the generation of clean, green, renewable energy that does not require sun power, does not require wind power. It is a self-contained, no external energy source needed energy generation unit. How powerful would those two causes be to you, Miqoshi, if you saw the white paper on a coin that said, we're bringing green renewable energy to every remote area on the planet and clean drinking water to anywhere and everywhere that needs it?
Yeah, it's very powerful. It's probably the most powerful currency you can have, especially if your currency is not just raising money for that stuff, but your currency is the product of the innovation itself. So,
and what will be the most important thing for somebody to have if they say, I would love to be part of the private placement for that token?
Well, I mean, you obviously, the community is what we care about, right? The
Right.
community is what we care about. We've always cared about the community. So the official currency of the Cryptocurrency Training Academy is the Tereth token. So it's what the one currency you're going to have if you're going to want to get the free Serve City coin airdrop that we will do. And if you want to get to be able to be on that private placement purchase that you're talking about for the Serve City coin, where you get it at 10 cents or 25 cents or what have you, where you
Right.
can get it early.
So for those of you out there, because I know that I've communicated with a number of people privately and through some of our group threads, everybody wants to jump ahead. God bless you. I love your enthusiasm, but I'm here to be boots on the ground guy. Miqoshi will always share the big vision because you got to know where you're going. But you can't stand at the bottom of the first floor looking at the 36 stairs leading to the second floor and jump. You just step up one at a time. So you got to pay attention to where your feet go. And that means following the strategy. So if you want to be a part of the Serve City token, you got to ask yourself, am I currently a part of the Tereth token? And if the answer is no, then become a part of it. If the answer is yes, then you ask yourself, am I following the action steps to build the awareness, boost the awareness, and therefore build the value of my Tereth token? If the answer is yes, fantastic. You ask yourself, am I building the membership of this community? Am I introducing new people to our community? So we're going to create all of these action steps for you to follow. But we wanted to take tonight to kind of lay out again the big picture of who we are, why we're here, what your role is, and what benefit you get from taking the action steps. And we've just laid out from day one, which was about 8 months ago, through the present to the future, which could be 6 to 12 months from now. And you have the chance to participate at whatever level you want. You're never, I repeat, you're never, ever going to be asked, obligated, or pressured to participate in any of the coins. In fact, honestly, we don't care personally if you do. We just share this with you so that you can see. And I think you would agree with me, Miqoshi, that the majority of people that were hesitating initially to participating in the coins quickly said, uh-oh, I missed the boat. I got to jump in now. And they're probably the ones that push us the hardest for the next token because they feel like they missed out on that first wave and they're constantly trying to play catch up, even though there's no need to. Those people, I hate to use the word regret, but we'll just say regretted missing out on the 10-cent token and the 25-cent token and the 50-cent token. And now they're saying, okay, give me some Tereth. What's the next step? And folks, we're going to constantly be bringing out new tokens and new projects to keep everything brand new, but we'll always be building off of our initial projects because the goal is not to get in and get out. The goal is to get in and build a healthy portfolio that 12 months from now, you could have 5, 10, 15 winning tokens in your portfolio, all because you were a part of the cryptocurrency training group.
No losing ones. That's it. I mean, that's our goal. Our goal is to have you, beat our 80% call average. In your wallet, the people that come on board, we're hoping that they never have to experience a loss because we've controlled it from the start.
Well, I'll always be living proof because I can say, and I think you would agree, I didn't know squat about cryptocurrency 7, 8 months ago.
Right.
How the hell do I have a portfolio that's massively in the profit?
Yeah, I bet you don't. I bet you probably don't even know how to tell if you're at the profit.
I don't. That's the funny thing. You're laughing, but seriously, earlier this afternoon when I said to you, hey, there's a couple things we need to do, what did I say to you? I can look at how many coins I have, but I don't know what they're worth. I just know they're worth a crap ton more than I paid for them.
Hey, you know what? But you're a perfect example of you don't have to be the to know exactly what you're doing. You hang around people that know what they're doing.
That's the whole point, exactly. I'm on purpose not trying to be an expert in cryptocurrency. I don't need to be. There's an expert running the cryptocurrency training group. Here's what I need to do. I had to get past my ignorance, which was I hate cryptocurrency. I had to get past my cognitive dissonance of because I don't understand it, I can't do it. And just simply say, all right, and I got to give credit to Leonard because he's probably watching. And I drove Miqoshi and Leonard bat crap crazy because I still, right now, don't fully understand or grasp how to buy, how to sell, how to swap. But I have access to the experts that do. I have access to them, therefore you have access to them. Here's all we ask. When you ask the question and you get the answer, take action on it. Don't ask the question, get the answer, and then sit around and do something else. That's not going to help you win. What's that?
And then forget what the answer was and come back and ask the question again.
Exactly. Because some of you know, both Mike and Leonard spent dozens and dozens, if not hundreds of hours helping every member of our group. I one day may be part of that helping you. I don't know. They'll have to decide whether or not my help will be beneficial or actually cause havoc for you. But the point is, we've got the components in place to help each and every one of you, even if right now you're saying, I don't understand crap. I don't know how to buy a coin. I don't know how to tell the value of a coin. I don't know how to swap a coin. I don't know how to sell a coin. We've got you covered. Because guess what? I don't know any of that either. All I know is I know how much money I paid and I know how much money the portfolio is worth. And I'm up in every coin. Not because I'm smart, not because I'm good, but because I shut up and I listened and I'm taking my direction from the people that know. That's what I wish for all of you. If you're not sure, I don't often humble myself that way because I'm very good at what I do. I'm overly confident to the point where a lot of people like to become confrontational with me, which is fine too. But I also know my weaknesses, and cryptocurrency is not on any level a strength. So I completely just say, you know what? I'm submitting to you guys. You tell me where to go. You tell me what to do, and I'll take the profits and say thank you. Pretty much that's how it's worked. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. I would definitely, if you want to reiterate, and I just want to say that with the promotion that we just threw this weekend, over this next week, massive action needs to take place.
Right.
But I want the buying. I don't want any selling this week. I don't want any buying during the week.
Don't buy or sell. Just hold.
I may actually do a little bit of a dip. I may actually ask somebody to sell a little bit.
Yeah, but you can do that privately for the group.
I do that privately, right? So no selling during the no buying during the week at all whatsoever. No selling unless I contact you. On the weekend, we're gonna have another blowout.
Do you right now know when you want to start the weekend Zooms so that we can give people the ability? We'll do them at different hours and different windows of time, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Well, Friday and Saturday, understand we do not have any class, so those are Zoom days for this Tereth deal.
Okay.
Now, understand the gas rates are going to get better towards Saturday afternoon, evening to Sunday overnight. But that's when we want to make some massive purchases. But we also want to make some sporadic purchases because we don't want to look like, man, this is like one person coming up with the buy times and the sell times. It has to be a little bit random. But I may call for a dip in the middle of the week. You'll know if I call you. That dip is going to help us toward the weekend because everyone's going to be able to buy at a lower price. But everyone is going to be able to get, with the promotion we have and the announcement we have for the following week, I swear.
You're guaranteed to get a deal.
Everything. You haven't got a deal this sweet in the last 6 months to a year. I don't care who you are in this group.
Well, then we're gonna end with the parting thought that the first action step for every single one of you is to go grab at least one new person, bring them, let them watch this video, bring them into the group, let them watch this video. We'll set this up and I'll post it in the guides. But again, our whole point is create awareness, increase membership, create awareness for the coins, buy the coins, share the wealth.
Totally.
Fantastic. All right, my brother, I thank you for sharing your wisdom and letting me interview you and ask the tough questions that people are running around trying to figure out. And I say tough questions because they're simple for you, but for those of us out here that really don't understand cryptocurrency, it's important to be able to use you as a resource.
Yeah, brother.
Take care.
When are you let me wear them glasses?
Hey, man. Clark Kent, Superman.
All right, brother. I'm out.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Good night. God bless. Share this with your friends and family. Let's create some wealth. Good night, Big Mike.
Bula. See ya.
Bye-bye now.